So we're back again in part two of doing business in China, and this is the fifth principle of doing business in China about mistrust and opportunism are endemic. There are two opposite ways of extending trust. One is to trust until given reason not to. The other is not to trust until there's enough evidence of trustworthiness. China takes the latter approach. The zero-sum competition already noted creates an incentive to take advantage of people outside the in-group. China still lacks reliable and impartial mechanisms to check such behavior, such as a well-functioning legal system. This opens the door for opportunistic behavior. As a consequence, the Chinese tend not to trust people outside their in-group. Take your cue from them. The absence of a reliable system to ensure fair outcomes means that you can encounter difficulty in enforcing contracts to the letter, and you should take suitable countermeasures, such as cash on delivery. The sixth principle is trust is interpersonal and takes time to build. A common safeguard against opportunism is to build relationships of trust with persons who matter for your business. Unlike the West, the creation of a personal friendship is a prerequisite for doing business. Chinese call this guanxi. Building friendship takes time, which is another reason to avoid rushing into things. Besides numerous invitations to sports and other events, one key element in building trust is long dinners during which everything but business is discussed. In these long dinners, alcohol plays an important role. Learn to drink intelligently. Seasoned negotiators dispose the alcohol into their water glasses or into wet towels. Most good restaurants make available. Number 7. Notions of out-of-bounds behavior do not necessarily match. Chinese negotiators occasionally push beyond what their Western counterparts consider appropriate. For example, the representatives of a large Western firm were negotiating the distribution rights for one of their products. Their Chinese counterparts closed their initial pitch by threatening to use their political connections to prevent distribution of their products if they did not receive the rights. In another case, the Chinese party got their Western guests drunk to prevent them from being effective in negotiations the following morning. Be alert and prepare suitable countermeasures. For instance, negotiating teams should learn how to drink without getting drunk, include women as they are not expected to get drunk, and know that the heavy drinking can be delegated to one of the team members. The eighth principle, Chinese society is hierarchical. Company decisions are typically reached in a top-down manner, with only the very top of the pyramid involved in decision-making. Mistrust puts limits on delegation, and supervisory control at each level is high. Mid-level managers typically have little power to make decisions. Be aware in negotiations, the decision is only made at the very top. If your counterpart is not part of that group, he or she is typically not authorized to make major decisions and must report back to the top for instructions. Make sure your representative matches the status of his or her counterpart. Important dimensions of status are formal position, age, and education. Once you run your business in China, be mindful of the limitations to delegation. And I'm going to stop there, and we'll take it up in part 3.